I'm here today to answer some of the questions you guys ask me all the time based on when should I use the long vowel sound, when should I know I am supposed to use the short vowel sound. I'm here today on today's video to actually give you tips and tricks that will help you to spell any word correctly, to pronounce any word correctly, to know when you're supposed to use the long alphabet and the short alphabet, that is the vowel sounds, okay? When should it sound A? When should it sound A? When should it sound E? When should it sound E? You know, something like that. Before I dive in, I equally want to remind us that we have two categories of sound in terms of the vowel sound. We have the long sound and the short vowel sound. Yeah. Now, when we talk about the short sound, we're talking about when it sounds not the way it is known in the alphabet. I don't know if you understand that. Like when I say short form, I am talking about when it doesn't sound the way we recite it in the alphabets of English language. Now, when it sounds that way, it is actually the long form. Is that clear enough? If you're not very clear, you can watch other videos. Maybe it will help you to kind of understand it better. So we have basically two vowel sounds, the long sound and the short sound. Now, when I say A, E, I, O, U, it is sounding like the normal 26 letters that you know that you recite from childhood till now, like the normal 26 letters that you know. And when you hear A, E, or U, that is the short form. Okay, so that's basically it. Let's get it started. I'm going to start with the long form of the alphabet. That is, when should you know that I'm going to pronounce this with the long sound, or how do you tell if this is supposed to be written with the long vowel sound? The first thing here is paying attention. When it comes to you reading or you spelling a word, the first thing that is needed here is paying attention. Pay attention to the alphabet as well as the formula, the structure, how the word is structured, which letter is coming first, which is coming second, like the letter you are trying to pronounce, where is it positioned? I don't know if you understand that. So the first thing you have to master here is, number one, you have to pay attention to the word. The second thing is identifying the position of the word. Rule number one, pay attention to open syllables. When I mean open syllables, I'm talking about the situation whereby the vowel sound is actually the last, okay? It is the last, it is open, nothing is covering it. That is the open syllable I'm talking about, okay? When you have something like M and E, you can see that the E is not being covered here. It is open here, so it is open syllables, okay? So if we have something covering it here, we can say it is closed syllable. So right now it is an open syllable. This is what I mean. So when you have any two-letter word with open syllable, just know that the vowel there is going to carry the long vowel sound. I don't know if you understand that. Let me break it down again. I said that the first rule you need to pay attention to is when you have two-letter words with open syllables. If you look at this is what an open syllable looks like. The focus here is on the vowel sound, okay? If you look at this point, there is no letter here. So it is open, okay? If this happens to be here, something is at the front, it is closed, right? So this is an open syllable for two-letter words. So with this, you are going to pronounce this with the long vowel sound. It's going to sound E and not E. E, not E. E, not E. That is letter E. How do you pronounce this word? It is me, 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 and not me, okay? Now, if this is to be a word, that is, you're trying to spell a word, other things will come here, but this basically is a two-letter meaningful word. Okay, we go on. We have G-O, all right? This is pronounced as go, O, and not go. It is go, okay? Go and not go. I don't know if you understand it now. This is O and not O. Remember, O is the long vowel sound, O is the short vowel sound. We equally have toe, toe, toe. This is O and not O. It didn't sound to. It is toe, okay? As well as the W, E, it is we, E, we, and not where, okay? If you watch the video of our diagram, you understand what I'm saying perfectly well. When we recited this, it was wa, where, it was where and not we. Now here, it is sounding we. I know that a lot of you guys were confused at that point when this was pronounced as where. You didn't get it. So that is why I'm taking the time to explain it today, okay? So the reason of this sounding that is because it is an open syllable two letter words, okay? So this is usually more applicable to two letter words. This very first rule I'm explaining to you. So we call this open syllable because this vowel, which is the main focus, is actually open. Nothing is covering it here, but once anything is added here, it becomes a closed syllable and the sound is going to change, okay? All right, so that's it. Now we have go, go, and not go. So it happens with almost all the two letter words we have. So when we try to do no, it is no and not no. No, okay? If you equally try to spell be, this is be, not be, okay? So name them. If you as well try to spell, which other two letter words are we looking at? He as well. It is open, he, and not he. It is still an open syllable, so it is he and not he. All right, so we have to, be, go, we, me, no, he. So you can see that all these possess the long vowel sound and not the short. So you can try any other two letter words we have that is open syllable, okay, so that you can see and understand this better. All right, that's the first rule I'm explaining to you. This is actually one of the when. When should I use the long vowel sound? This is actually one of the rules. This is actually one of the when. Yeah, this is actually one of the when. I don't know if you understand that, okay? So when you have an open syllable, just know that it's going to carry the long vowel sound. Rule number 2, team vowel. When you have team vowel, just know that you are going to use the long vowel sound. And please pay attention to this very one because it's a bit tricky, okay? Now, when you have team vowel, when we talk about team vowel, I'm talking about when you see things like this, E, A, I, A, I, like stuff like this. When you see two vowels being paired like this, it is team. Team, they are in team, they are together, okay? We call them team vowels, okay? So when you have team vowel, automatically you are using the long vowel sound, though we have exceptions when some letter make it kind of play, okay? So whenever you see stuff like this, that is team vowels, just know that you are using the long vowel sound, whether you are writing, whether you are pronouncing, okay? Now, this is E and I, A, like these are how team vowel usually appear. They are always being paired. You can see some coming double like E, A, I, like stuff like that. But I'm just using this for the illustration. So now we have E and A. Now, how do you pronounce the combination of this? This is how it works. Once you have any team vowel, okay, the first is what you will use. The first letter there is what is going to be pronounced in its long form. Yeah, calm down. This is it. When you have team vowel, when two vowel sounds appear together in a word, the first vowel says its name. The first vowel is what you are going to pronounce in the pronunciation, and it's going to sound the long vowel sound. In any word you are trying to pronounce and you encounter team vowel in it, just focus on the first, and that first is going to sound the long form of the vowel, okay? For instance, if I decide to add, okay, let me say I want to write the word P here and add K here. Now, how is this pronounced? It is pronounced peak, 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 and not peak. Peak, no. Someone say this is peak, no. Or peak, no. It is peak. If you pay attention to my pronunciation now, it is P, P and E, P and K. This is not really out in the pronunciation. So this is usually the focus. Yeah, the first letter when you have team vowel is what is going to be pronounced. So it is pronounced peak. Now, someone will say this is equally peak. This is where we have confusion of homophonic words sometimes. If you look at this very well, there is no thin vowel there. We have the short I here, standing the E. That is why it looks like it is E here. Yeah. So it is peak as well as peak. Their meanings are actually different. This peak is when something gets to its highest order, like its highest level, and this is peak when you have to pick up something, like pick a thing. Sometimes here people say a thing got to its peak, okay, at its highest level, that is the peak. So they meant two different things. Now you can see with the spellings and the pronunciation that when you have thin vowel, this is what it does. Okay, so the second rule I'm explaining today that will guide you to know when to use the short vowel or the long vowel is the thin vowel. And I as well let you know that you should focus on the first letter in the thin vowel. That is the letter you're going to pronounce in its long form. Okay, remember the first one was open syllable for 2-letter words, and the second one is the thin vowel where the first letter has to be pronounced in its long form. All right. Okay, the next one is the magic E. You will use long vowel sound when we have magic E or silent E. Okay, now sometimes we see a word like this. Okay, now looking at this, you will see that this is pronounced as, how do you pronounce this, please? Okay, this is M-A-T. Okay, now this is pronounced as mat. Mat. If you focus on our diagram, you will know that this is pronounced as ma, yes. But now, right here, it is sounding me and not ma anymore. Okay, so the reason is what I'm explaining to you, which is the magic E. Right here we have E that is silent, okay? And you can call it magic E as well because it does a magic, yeah. The magic it does is this. Once it appears here, automatically it's going to affect the vowel here. Yeah, it's going to change this vowel from short vowel to long vowel. That is why it is not pronounced as mat but mate. Okay, mate. Now if you pay attention to what I'm pronouncing just 3-letter. Yeah, 3-letter is what is coming out of the pronunciation. Mate, 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 mate. Okay, and if you have to pronounce the two, this is as well 3-letter. Ma-at. So what now changed? It is the A. So the magic E here affects the vowel here. Okay, I already have a complete tutorial where I tutored the magic E. Yeah, so this is pronounced mate. Okay, so we have lots of words. We have this B-A-T-E. This is bait. D-A-T-E. This is pronounced as date. Okay, so magic E here does the magic of changing this from short to long. So once you see a format like this, it could be any vowel letter. Okay, I can say D-O-V-E. This is pronounced as dove. Dove, not do. It is do-o, not o. Dove. Okay, so you can see that the E as well wasn't pronounced, but dove. All right, we still have the word E-V-E. Okay, someone will say, why is this not pronounced as Eve? But it is pronounced as Eve. So these two are what you hear in the pronunciation because of the silent E, which automatically makes this the long vowel sound. Okay, so this is the third one I'm explaining. The first one, remember. The second one, remember. The third one, magic E or silent E. Okay, rule number 4. This is applicable to A alone. It is only A that this rule works with. So whenever letter A is close to the ending part of a word, okay? I don't know if you're just joining me. If you're just joining me, check out other videos we have on this channel. You will understand better what I mean by ending part of a word, okay? There are usually ending part of a word. There are usually some group of letters that ends a word. So do well to check out the videos we have here so that you understand what I'm saying. So when A is close to them, that is after letter A, you get that ending part of a word. Some can be 4, some 3. Yeah, like that. So when A is close to them, it usually sounds A, the long sound A, and not A. So if you have not been paying attention to that, from today, start paying attention to it. If I try to spell some of the words like information, me, it is M-A, me, and not M-E. We still have vacation, K, it is C-A, okay? Confirmation, conformation, the may. So it's like that. You can try out most of the words that has this ending part I'm talking about. You're going to see that the A there that is closest, that is after that A, you get that ending part is usually A and not A. That is how it sounds, okay? It always carries the long vowel sound and not the short. Okay, so that's the fourth rule. Now the fifth rule is on Y. Now, whenever Y is acting as a vowel sound in a word and at the ending part of a word, usually it tends to carry the long sound of the alphabet. Sometimes it will sound like E, sometimes it will sound like I. Yeah, it can sound E, it can sound I when it comes at the ending part of a word. It can as well happen anywhere around the word, but not at the beginning of a word. I have explained this in one of our videos, how Y can function as a consonant as well as a vowel. So right now I'm explaining to you that one of the rules again that actually works with Y here is that when I is functioning as a verb, it doesn't go to sound any other way apart from either E or I, okay? So if it is sounding E, it is still the long E sound. If it's sounding I, it is still the long I sound, okay? So when I is functioning as a vowel in a word, it actually carries the long vowel sound. Okay, now the rule number 6 is the rule of I coming before GH sounds I and not E. That is, when you have I, then you have GH, it sounds I and not E. So whenever you see a combination like this, the I before the GH always sounds I, okay? It is I and not E for this pattern of arrangement. When I comes before G and H, just know that it's going to sound I. Okay, so these are the 6 rules that guys you using the long vowel letters. Okay, so with this rule, whenever this rule is applicable, just use the long vowel sound. Remember, English is rule based but not rule perfect. Okay, it is rule based but not rule perfect, so we usually have exception. Keep staying safe. See you in our next one. Bye.